Most people overestimate what they can do in a day, but they dramatically underestimate what they can do in 6 months. 6 months. That's what we're going to talk about today. How you can absolutely transform your life in the next 180 days. Now, why 6 months? Let me tell you why. A year is too long to wait, and a month is too short to see meaningful change. But 6 months, that's the sweet spot. It's long enough to see massive results, but short enough to keep you excited and engaged. Isn't that interesting? You know what fascinates me? Most people spend more time planning their next vacation than planning their life. They'll spend hours choosing a hotel, but won't spend 30 minutes designing their future. Isn't that incredible? But you're different. You're here today because something inside you knows it's time for a change. Let me ask you something. If you continue doing exactly what you're doing right now, where will you be 6 months from today? Same job, same income, same problems, same excuses? You see, what you don't change, you choose. Let that sink in for a moment. The beautiful thing about a 6-month plan is that it gives you something I call realistic urgency. You can't procrastinate because 6 months will be here before you know it, but you also have enough time to make substantial changes. It's the perfect balance. Now let me share with you the fundamental principles of transformation. You see, success leaves clues. And over the years, I've discovered that extraordinary achievement isn't about doing 4,000 things. It's about doing 6 or 7 things 4,000 times. Repetition is the mother of skill, and consistency is the father of success. Let's talk about the first key to your 6-month transformation, clarity. You must be crystal clear about what you want. Fuzzy goals produce fuzzy results. Sharp goals produce sharp results. Write this down. Clarity is power. When you're clear about what you want, the universe has an interesting way of helping you get it. You know what's interesting? Most people know what they don't want, but they're not clear about what they do want. They can tell you all day long about what's wrong with their life, their job, their relationships. But ask them what they want instead, and they stumble. That's why we're going to start with absolute clarity. Here's what I want you to do tonight. Take out a piece of paper and write down exactly what you want your life to look like 6 months from now. Be specific. Don't write down, I want to be happy. Write down, I want to increase my income by 40%, read 12 books, lose 20 pounds, and start my own side business. See the difference? The second key to your transformation is what I call your philosophy of life. Your philosophy determines how you process what happens to you. And here's the key. It's not what happens that determines your future. It's what you do about what happens. It's not the wind that determines your direction. It's the set of your sail. Let me share something profound with you. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. But here's the challenge. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. It's easy to read 10 pages of a good book every day. It's also easy not to. It's easy to save 10% of your income. It's also easy not to. Now, let's talk about the third key, the power of association. Here's a principle you must never forget. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Write that down. Over the next 6 months, you must constantly choose who you spend your time with. Some people need to be loved from a distance. Isn't that interesting? You see, there are 2 types of people you'll meet on your journey to success, those who will inspire you and those who will tire you. Your job over the next 6 months is to increase your exposure to people who inspire you and decrease your exposure to those who tire you. It's that simple. Let me tell you something fascinating about human potential. Most people operate at about 20% of their true capacity. And do you know why? Because they haven't made a commitment to excellence. They're just trying to get through the day instead of getting from the day. There's a huge difference. The fourth key to your 6-month transformation is what I call the discipline of documentation. Starting today, you must become a serious student of your own life. Keep a journal. Track your progress. Document your insights. You see, the slightest adjustment in your daily routine can dramatically change your life over 6 months. Let me give you an example. If you read just 10 pages of a good book every day, in 6 months you'll have read 1,800 pages. That's approximately 6 to 7 books. Do you think your life would be different if you absorbed the wisdom from 7 carefully chosen books over the next 6 months? Of course it would. Here's another principle that will serve you well. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Over the next 6 months, your primary focus should be on your personal development. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. The 5th key to your transformation is what I call the power of investment. Now, I'm not just talking about money, although that's important. I'm talking about investing in yourself. Here's the formula. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Let me ask you something. How much have you invested in your own development in the last year? Most people will spend $100 on dinner without thinking twice, but hesitate to spend $100 on a book or seminar that could change their life. Isn't that interesting? Over the next 6 months, you must commit to investing in yourself. Whether it's books, courses, seminars, or coaching, make the investment. Remember, if someone is going where you want to go, they know something you don't know. Invest in learning what they know. The 6th key to your transformation is what I call the miracle of incrementalism. Small changes consistently applied produce massive results over time. Let me show you how this works. If you improve just 1% every day for 6 months, you'll be 180% better than when you started. That's the power of compound improvement. Here's what fascinates me. Most people wait to do something big. They're waiting for the perfect moment to make a dramatic change. But success doesn't work that way. Success is built on 1,000 tiny decisions made correctly, day after day, week after week, month after month. Let me share with you the 7th key, the power of goals. Now, I know you've heard about goal setting before, but let me tell you something different. Most people set goals that are too small. They set goals based on what they think they can achieve instead of what they truly want. Over the next 6 months, I want you to set goals that scare you a little bit. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. But here's the key. Break these big goals down into daily activities. Success is not about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. Now, let's talk about something that most people overlook, the power of environment. Your environment will either inspire you or expire you. Over the next 6 months, you must consciously design your environment to support your goals. Clean your office, organize your home, create a space that energizes you. Here's a principle that changed my life. You can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Tonight, you can make decisions that will alter the course of your life. 6 months from now, you'll be so glad you did. Let me share something powerful with you. Success is not about resources, it's about resourcefulness. It's not about what you don't have, it's about what you do with what you have. Over the next 6 months, focus on maximizing what's in your hands right now. The 8th key to your transformation is what I call the power of standards. You see, your life will always move in the direction of your standards. If you raise your standards, your life will rise to meet them. If you lower your standards, your life will drop to meet them. It's that simple. Over the next 6 months, you must raise your standards in every area of your life. Raise your standards for what you'll accept in your relationships, your health, your income, your business. When you raise your standards, your life transforms. Let me tell you something interesting about human psychology. We tend to live up to our expectations. If you expect little, you'll get little. If you expect a lot, you'll get a lot. Over the next 6 months, raise your expectations. Demand more from yourself, deliver more standards. The 9th key to your transformation is what I call the power of rituals. Your life is shaped by your daily rituals. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. Over the next 6 months, you must establish rituals that support your goals. Here's a ritual that will change your life. Wake up an hour earlier every day. That's 180 extra hours over the next 6 months. Think about what you could accomplish with an extra 180 hours of focused time. That's equivalent to 4.5 40-hour work weeks. Let me share something profound about time management. Don't count the days, make the days count. Over the next 6 months, you must become a master of your time. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours. It's what you do with those 24 hours that makes the difference. The 10th key to your transformation is what I call the pound of accountability. You see, when you're accountable to someone, your performance improves. Over the next 6 months, find an accountability partner or join a mastermind group. Share your goals, report your progress, celebrate your wins. Here's something fascinating about human nature. We'll do more to avoid letting others down than we'll do to lift ourselves up. Use this knowledge to your advantage. Make commitments to others that you'll be inspired to keep. Let's talk about something crucial, the power of recovery. You see, over the next 6 months, you're going to face setbacks. That's not negative thinking, that's reality. The key is not to avoid setbacks, the key is to recover quickly. Successful people aren't people who never fail. They're people who get up one more time than they fall down. The 11th key to your transformation is what I call the power of focus. Here's what I've learned. Where focus goes, energy flows. Over the next 6 months, you must become laser focused on your priorities. Don't major in minor things. Don't be busy, productive. Let me share something powerful. Motivation gets you started, but habit keeps you going. Over the next 6 months, focus on building habits that will serve you for life. Don't rely on motivation, rely on discipline. Motivation is like a hot shower. It feels good, but the effects don't last. The 12th key to your transformation is what I call the power of celebration. Most people wait until they reach their final goal to celebrate. That's a mistake. Over the next 6 months, celebrate your progress, not just your achievements. Celebration fuels motivation. Here's something interesting about success. Success leaves clues. Study successful people. Read their books. Listen to their podcasts. Attend their seminars. Over the next 6 months, become a student of success. Learn from those who have already achieved what you want to achieve. Let me share something profound about personal growth. For things to change, you must change. For things to get better, you must get better. For things to improve, you must improve. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. The 13th key to your transformation is what I call the power of contribution. You see, success without contribution is empty achievement. Over the next 6 months, find ways to add value to others' lives. The more value you create for others, the more valuable you become. Here's something fascinating about wealth. Your income rarely exceeds your personal development. If you want to earn more, you must learn more. Over the next 6 months, invest in your education. Develop new skills, expand your knowledge, increase your value. Let me share something powerful about change. Most people overestimate the competition and underestimate themselves. Over the next 6 months, compete with yourself. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. That's the only competition that matters. The 14th key to your transformation is what I call the power of decisiveness. You see, successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them quickly. Over the next 6 months, become decisive. Here's what's interesting about decisions. Every decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. The decisions you make over the next 6 months will determine where you'll be 6 months from now. Make decisions that your future self will thank you for. Let me share something profound about success. Success is not a destination, it's a direction. Over the next 6 months, focus on moving in the right direction. Don't worry about perfection, worry about progress. Progress equals happiness. The 15th key to your transformation is what I call the power of gratitude. You see, gratitude turns what we have into enough. Over the next 6 months, maintain a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. That's 540 moments of gratitude. Here's something fascinating about the human mind. What you appreciate appreciates. Over the next 6 months, appreciate your progress, appreciate your challenges, appreciate your opportunities. The more gratitude you express, the more reasons you'll have to be grateful. Let me share something powerful about personal transformation. Change is inevitable, growth is optional. Over the next 6 months, choose growth, choose development, choose progress. The choice is yours and the time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude with this thought. 6 months from now, you will surely arrive. The question is, where? That answer depends on the decisions you make today and the actions you take tomorrow. The next 6 months of your life are hidden in your daily routine. Remember, life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. And today, right here, right now, you have the opportunity to make changes that will transform your life over the next 6 months. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take this moment and make it perfect. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is the action you take starting today. 6 months is going to pass whether you take action or not. The question is, where do you want to be when those 6 months are over? Make these next 6 months count. Make them matter. Make them memorable. If 6 months from now, you'll be telling one of two stories, a story of action and achievement, or a story of procrastination and regret. The choice is yours. Let me leave you with this final thought. Everything you need to create an extraordinary life is within your reach. The knowledge is available. The strategies are proven. The opportunities are endless. The only question is, are you ready to begin? Your next 6 months start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Now, take action on what you've learned today. Apply these principles. Follow this plan. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Remember, life will pay whatever price you ask of it. Ask for average, you'll get average. Ask for excellence, you'll get excellence. Over the next 6 months, ask for excellence in everything you do. Accept nothing less than your best. And finally, remember this, the next 6 months of your life can be better than the last 6 months of your life. But that won't happen by accident. It will happen by design, your design. Take control. Take charge. Take action. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Go forth and make these next 6 months the best 6 months of your life. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And today you've taken the first step toward that preparation.